guys, welcome back to another Scrapping Irish video. And what have I in this store for this video? Well, this is a two-part, well, not two-part video. This is a video that's going to serve two purposes. Not two parts, two purposes. The first purpose is, let me go get it, to show what VEVOR have sent me. So you're probably reading that backwards because the camera is backwards on it or whatever, but that's from VEVOR. So they've sent me something there for me to test out, and it's a perfect timing because if you've been watching my last few videos, you will see that I've been doing some work with sulfuric acid and trying to recover gold bond wires in them. So we have gold bond wires. Now we're going to try and dissolve them gold bond wires and see what we end up with in the end. And this device hopefully will serve a purpose in that when we're doing it. So let's go and unpack this first, and then we'll get on to the gold recovery part of it, because we'll have to see what it is and see how I'm going to use it, and hopefully it'll serve its purpose and work for me in my gold recovery. So don't forget to hit the like if you haven't already, and if you're not a subscriber, why not consider subscribing? If you're into gold recovery and you're into scrap metal prices, stuff like that, consider following my channel, and I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Hundreds of videos there on gold recovery on my channel that you can check up on, and also do my lives on a Sunday, so you can check them out as well. So thanks for being in. Let's go and unpack this and see what's in it. Right, so here's the box, and let's see what we got from VEVOR. I know what it is. Well, I presume I know what it is because they told me what they were going to send in. And it's something I'm going to be using straight away, hopefully, and hopefully it'll do what I want it to do. So straight away we can see we have some sort of probe or thermal coupler or something like that. So minus 200 to plus 500 degrees is the operating temperature of this, if we use that. So here we go, guys. Electronic magnetic stir user manual. So this is a heated hot plate essentially, and we're going to be using this. So again, a few other bits and pieces, and again we have the European plug, so not great for me because it means I have to get an adapter again for it, but we can use the adapter we used on the last VEVOR item. So we can throw that box aside. We don't need that now. We'll take off the protective foam. Let's have a look at it. We have our little, I'll show you what's in this before we get into this machine itself. So again, power cord, two metal rods who obviously screw together, so they're to hold the probe in place, I'm presuming. Now I won't be using the probe because I'll be putting this into acid, so this is something I won't be using as the probe. We will be using the little stirrer, so hopefully that has a acid resistant coating. We'll soon find out. And again, this is something I won't be using, the actual probe or the pole to hold up the probe. It's going to be mainly this. This plate should heat up my liquid, and we can stir it at the same time. And what will I be using it to do? Well, we all seen the video where I got these gold bond wires from, and if you haven't, well, maybe go look at it now. Well, no, do you know what? Don't go look at it now. Look at it after we finish the video. So, as I said, this video is going to serve two purposes. I want to dissolve these into acid, get them into aqua regia, and we want to have a look at this and see how it goes. So, looking at it here, fairly straightforward. Heat here, stir here. This obviously heats up, and that's all there's to it. There's not really much to it, so I just need to take the adapter off from the other VEVOR item and put it on here. and we'll get this plugged in and we'll see what we'll do. We'll get it straight to work. We'll get putting this into the aquaregia, get the aquaregia set up, and we'll start dissolving some gold. So yeah, we're ready to get rock and rolling. I've got my adapter on. I've got my jar ready. We'll get outside and we'll get this into aquaregia. Again, I will have my protective gear on, so gloves and a respiratory mask of 2 different types, but we'll use one of them. So that's what we'll be doing, getting out there. And you want to know the best part, guys, is VEVOR have given us a discount across all the store for any items. So the link for the VEVOR discounts will be in the description. So make sure if you're thinking about buying anything from VEVOR, it's not just on this item, it's across the site that you can get. I think it's a 5% discount. So make sure you use that link to get whatever you want, whether it's the water distiller, wire cutters, the furnaces, or these hot plates can all be used in your scrap related carry on. So let's go and get this done. Okay, so we are set up outside here. So we have our hydrochloric acid, HCl, and that's just under, it's about 375 mils for anyone that's counting. So we've that in. I don't know, can you see that, but it's saying it's off at the moment because I haven't started the stir or anything. I haven't started the temperatures. So first thing I'm going to do is put in the stir, and we're going to check and see does it work. Not getting any reaction from the stirrer. Well, that could be because I have a catch jar between them. Temperature, I don't want to put it too high. Temperature, let's set it to 21, 23. We'll go to about 50 degrees just to get it going. I'm a bit disappointed that the stirrer isn't moving. Let me just see if I put it down directly on the hot plate. Nothing happened with the stirrer. I'm going to switch off, switch back on. Okay, it's saying the stirrer is off. Now it's saying the stirrer is on, but I ain't getting any reaction, so I'll have to look at that and see why the stirrer is not working. Again, temperature, we'll check, make sure that's working. Okay, I see now. I had it set too high there. So again, as I say, so it starts off telling you what temperature it's breathing, and then it'll go to that temperature. So we'll try and get it to 50 degrees. I don't see the stirrer reacting yet. So we'll put it back in its catch jar because we don't want anything to happen. There we go. My fault. I hadn't it turned on. So there we go, guys. Important to maybe read the instructions. So I can turn down the stirrer. So there we go. It's turning it down. So obviously you set it here whatever speed you want. Once you're happy with the speed, press it and it'll bring it down to that speed. So yeah, we're quite happy with that speed. Temperature will go up by itself as we're going along, and You can see there 20.1 it's at the moment. We're just going to add the material. So you can see there it's already dispersing bits and pieces all over. Again, there's dyes and stuff in here. If I want, I can increase it, so you can see what happens when I increase the speed. So you can see there it's beginning to increase, and the vortex in the center is getting more violent. Turn it back down. Happy enough with that, and we're going to put in 3 ml of nitric acid. And we're going to start it off with that, and we'll let that work away. So we'll come back once there's a reaction, but I'm glad that I got the stirrer working, because that was a pain if I didn't. People would be giving out to me. Now, so I just zoomed us in a bit there so you can actually see the stirrer moving. So again, if I turn the speed up on it, that gets everything moving around the plate pretty well. So that's pretty cool. That's a lot better than what I used to have to do. So I can turn it off, and then we can turn it back on. There we go. So that'll get the everything mixed in the way we want it. I think we'll turn it down a small bit more. We don't need it that much. There we go. So I'm going to let that work away, guys. I'm pretty happy that everything is working okay for me. Temperature will gradually come up on this, and we should soon start to get a reaction and start to dissolve. As I say, we start off with just 3 ml of nitric acid. There's no need to be putting in a load of nitric acid at the beginning. Once the reaction starts going and once it stops working, then we'll add more nitric acid to it, but there's no need to go out and put a ton of nitric acid in and then have to deal with that at the end. So we'll let that work away. Quite happy that that's working away, and we'll come back in a while once the temperature is up higher. We should be getting, we're up at 28 degrees at the moment. It's going quite quickly now, 30 degrees. So I'll show you there. That's what I'm looking at, because people can't see what I'm looking at. There's the temperature going up. So I've set it to 50 degrees at the moment, and we can go higher if we need to. We just want to get the solution start to heat up. Okay, so come back, guys, once we get this going for a while. Okay, guys, so I lost track of time. I left this running for a bit longer than I thought. I think it was about 2 hours, and it has dissolved all the gold bond wires, which is really cool. And we've got a really deep sort of orangey red colour from the gold. So I'm not sure if all the nitric has been dissolved or not. So what we're going to do, we're going to drop a piece of gold into it. So that gold, you would have seen that it's some that I recovered a while back. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop that in and let that, if there's any more nitric in there, it'll eat away this gold. And once I see that it's finished with the gold, we'll know that all the nitric has been used up, so I won't need to neutralize it. It's an easier way to do it. Sometimes if you have spare gold, you can do that just to take away any excess nitric or free nitric that's still in there. Now, in case you wonder what the noise is, over here we have, I'm making some stannous chloride at the moment. So we've some this way, we have some tin in there and some hydrochloric acid. Made it way too much than I needed, but look at, sometimes I do it. And over here I have another solution where I had some gold in that I won't need to test to see if that's gold in that solution. So all I'm going to do is just drop this little piece of gold in and let that work away in there on that as well. So when you come back, I'll have this all filtered. This worked brilliant, I must say. Really happy with it. I'm just going to turn up the speed of that again, the stirrer. So you can see there now that I've turned the speed up. So that bit of gold I put in should dissolve, and when I see that there's no more reaction, hopefully there'll be a bit of gold left, and that means then it's used up all the nitric and we can just drop the gold. So we'll get to see a gold drop as well, hopefully. So I'm going to turn the speed down again, don't want to have it that high. So when you come back, I'll have filtered this. So while the gold is filtering, while the gold solution is filtering, I decided to give a closer look here at this device, give you a closer look at the screen and stuff like that. So looking at it, worked perfect for what I want to do. So that's the first thing. So I can see people who do gold recovery and stuff like that. It's going to be a perfect addition for anyone there that wants to get a heated stirring plate. This one does exactly what it's meant to do. If I read the instructions straight away, I would have saved a bit of hassle out there trying to get the stirrer going. But it just shows that it's not overcomplicated. Even without reading the book, I was able to get it going and work out what it has to do. So first off, there's a switch on the side. So if anyone is wondering, how does it switch on? There's a switch here on the side. You can see the on-off switch there. So I'll just switch that on. So we get a readout of a screen here then. So here will be our temperature, and down here is our speed of our stirrer. So at the moment it's set to 22.1 degrees. I can set it there that I want it to go to thing, and then I just press the start. So you can see down here, straight away it's telling me that it's going to read out the temperatures and it's going to start heating to the temperature I've preset it to. So fairly straightforward, nothing too complicated there. Now I have added the probe. So you can see here that I have added the probe. This is on my kitchen table. So I have added the probe to it. So the probe, I just wanted to give people an idea. So the probe can go sit into your liquid, and it can give you a readout of what the temperature is. So at the moment that I can feel the heat beginning to warm up on the top of that. So we'll just turn that off because I don't want that heating up at the moment. We don't need it to heat up anymore. So go back down to the other section, which is the stirrer. So let me get the stirring rod and everything, and we'll show you how this works. Okay, so this is our stirring rod that is supplied with the device. Is a bit dirty because it was in the acid and there was some debris still left on there. But it doesn't really matter for demonstration purposes, it'll work. So it held up well in the acid, which is good. There's no deterioration on the coating. Perfect for gold recovery work. And we'll just put some water up here, so we'll adjust the camera so you can see what we're doing. Okay, so you can see we just got some regular water, nothing more. So all I'm going to do then is I'm going to adjust the controls down here. So I'm going to turn all you do is turn it to whatever speed you want. So we'll say we'll start it at 250. Yeah, 250, and just press that to turn it on. There we go. So at the moment it's going to start to build up to the 250. Then I can increase it by just turning the dial. So now we're at 300, so we'll go up to the 300. And you can see here the rotations get quicker. So it's very straightforward to use. So we can bring it all the way up to its max speed, I think of 2000. So you can see there how quick that is going. So that will mix anything you need to mix. There's going to be no issue there. Like we're only 14, 15, and you can already hear the noise of it mixing everything around. There we go, that's it at full speed. So we'll turn it back down. So there you can see it's returning back down to the 200 that I've set it to. So this is perfect for what I want to do. And anyone that was considering buying a hot plate, why not buy a hot plate with a stirrer in it, which is perfect for mixing your chemicals together. It'll do the job, it heats it up, it'll mix it. So it is perfect for what you want to do on it. And you can see there, and then just press it to turn it off again, and that's it. Now if I put the probe in, I wonder will we get a readout of temperature. So let's put the probe in, and let's go back down and have a look at the temperature. So yeah, straight away it's reading the temperature of the water. You can see there it's telling me that I'm at 25 degrees on the water and it's rising. So the probe there is reading what temperature we're at already, which is good too. So you can get a readout of things. Now the other thing is, I don't think that'll be acid resistant. I haven't tested it. I'm not going to test it. I might just do a bit of research on it because I don't want to ruin the probe by sticking it into acid and having a reaction I don't want. But for any other liquids where you're trying to heat up water or heat up any of the other liquids that aren't acidic that you want to use, this could be perfect for that as well. Now, it may be acid resistant. I'm going to have to research that out. Or if anyone knows in the chat, please let me know. Is this acid resistant? I don't think it says it in the thing connecting the probe. It doesn't say whether it is or isn't. So it's something that I'll have to do a bit more research on just to see if it is acid resistant, but I doubt it is because steel normally reacts with acid, any steel. So I'd be thinking that is not got any acid resistant coating on it. But that's beside the point. I didn't buy it for checking the temperature inside the liquid. I bought it for heating the liquid up, and well, I didn't even buy it. I got it as a test item. So yeah, what else can I say? I can just show you the back here on it as well, because people like to see how stuff is connected. So our probe, I have to turn up a bit, there we go. So our probe is connected through here on the back. This holds our metal rod in place, and that's our power connection. So there's not really much to it. It's very straightforward, very compact, easy to move, easy to store, mainly because we all know us scrappers and gold recovery guys. We have sheds full of e-waste and stuff like that. So we don't need something taking up a lot of room in a shed. So this is perfect, or in your workshop or in your lab. This is perfect size, does it perfect for anything I'm ever going to need to do. So it's the perfect item. And the best part is, if you're looking for one, you can buy it from VEVOR. And if you use the links below in the description, you'll get a 5% discount. So, and that's not just on this item, that's on anything in the VEVOR website. So, guys, don't forget to use that link. If you're going thinking about buying anything off VEVOR, you'll get a discount, and I may get a little bit of commission, which can't fault. So thank you very much, guys, for that. So let's, in VEVOR, I appreciate you sending this item, and looking forward to seeing what else we get sent to test out on the site. Again, I only test stuff that is of value to me and value to people who watch the channel. So I'm not going to be testing something I'm not going to need for that isn't going to be of any use. So I won't be testing like radios and CD players, which I see some websites doing. It's nothing to do with what my YouTube channel's about gold recovery and scrap. So anything that can be used in that, I will be testing, and I won't be promoting stuff that isn't of use. And again, if it was no good, I would have said it was no good. This is perfect. We've seen it work. It does everything it's meant to do. The same as any other item I have there that I use. And even before VEVOR started sending me stuff, I was using their products anyhow. So it's perfect. So let's go and drop some gold. It's a thumbs up for me on this device anyhow for 100%. So let's go and drop some gold, what we're really here to see as well. Right, so we're getting ready to drop this gold. And if you've seen the short, I've done a video on the short on this, you would have seen some vigorous activity on it when I dropped some gold into it. So we're going to test it first, and we're going to use some stannous chloride to test it. If you're not sure what stannous chloride is, I will link the video at the end on how to make it and why it's used in gold recovery. So essentially it'll tell me if there's gold in my liquid. So we'll just take a little drop. We don't need a lot of it. That should do. Don't want to waste any of this good gold. And then I have my stannous in this bottle here. I just made some fresh stannous earlier. So we'll take a little bit of that. We'll put it on here, and there we go. Instant reaction for gold. That's the reaction we're looking for. So that was a perfect reaction. So that means we've got gold in our solution. So that's very good. Nice black colour on it. So nice thing. So what I'm going to do is put some gloves on now, and we're going to start dropping this gold. Okay, we have the gloves on. We have our gold bearing liquid here, and we're going to use SMB to drop it. Usually I'd prefer to use coppers, but I'm out of coppers, so I'm just going to use some SMB that I had there. Hopefully it's still fresh enough to do it. So we have our SMB dissolved in here in distilled water, and we're just going to add that to the solution, and hopefully we'll get a reaction. So that's clearing up, and hopefully we start to see it get darker. We'll just leave that for a second. And should hopefully, yes, we're getting a nice dark solution now, and the gold will drop. What am I expecting to get out of this? Hopefully around 6 grams and above. That's what I'm hoping for. So you can see there on the top, the gold beginning to come out of solution, the powder, and that's just dropping out of solution. So you can see the nice dark colour. So what I'll do is I'll let that drop. It may take overnight to drop it fully. I have 2 other solutions that I'm working on as well that were from different things I was doing, and I'll probably drop them as well, or maybe not. I might leave them and drop them another day, just to show you guys. This is what was left over after we'd done the gold bond wire. So that's just the bits of fiberglass or whatever they use in there, and the rest is there's no gold bond wires left whatsoever. So that's quite good. So yeah, I'm going to leave that work, and we'll come back once it's fully dropped and I've dried it out, and we'll weigh it and see what do we end up with. Okay, so I have the gold powder from that drop now. There is still, after the solution I tested it and there is still some gold, so I'm going to put that into my waste solutions and we'll recover that back at some stage. I'll just put some copper into it or something like that and we'll drop everything out and we'll go from there on it. So there was probably a little bit still left in there. I was still testing positive. So what I'm going to do now is weigh it up. So I was saying I'd be happy with anything 5 grams and above. So let's zero this. Okay. Exact same container. And 6.4 grams. So very happy with that from it. And that's my way to my next ounce of gold. So that's the first 6 grams of the next ounce of gold. And again, we also had this baby, which was perfect, worked out perfect, brilliant. So don't forget, guys, probably right now there's a picture drop after a pairing up, or not a picture, but a go to my next video. So this is stannous chloride for people who want to know how to make the stannous chloride for testing the gold solutions. And that's it for this video. So remember, 5% off on VEVOR for that, or across the board. So go check it out. Thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.